Allegiance and the invocation given by Councilman Hill.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we come before just saying thank you, Lord, for another day. Thank you for this year and the years to come. We ask that you guide us and direct us in this meeting so we can do what's needed for our great city. We ask for all these blessings in your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Number 2 is roll call. Roll call vote.
Markovich. Here. Spitali.
Here.
Venez.
Here.
Kalwinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Poland.
Here.
Opinker.
Here.
Enosa.
Here.
Higgs.
Here. Let the record reflect 9 are present, 0 are absent. Next is on the agenda is number 3, reading of the minutes. There are none, so the reading of minutes is now closed. Number 4 on the agenda is approval of claims. Approval of claims.
Who has the claim sheet? Signature.
I have my own, but I need it. He needs a claim.
One that's signed.
Chico, you got a claim sheet?
No, I just want to read off the top. No, it's back over there. Move for approval of claims December 7th through December 14th for council meeting December 19th, beginning with claims dated December 13th and ending with claims dated December 14th, claims number 6194 through claim number 6294. I so move.
Second.
Second.
It's been motion by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilwoman Poland, that we approve claims dated December 7, 2011 through December 14, 2011 for special council meeting scheduled December 19, 2011, starting with claim 6194 and ending in claim 6294.
Mr. Chairman.
Discussion on the claim.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
I'd like to make some additional amendments to the claim sheet. Claim number 6295, Cruise Lawn Care, $4,056 for a clean cut of abandoned properties. Claim number 6296, Jay's Lawn Care and Landscape, $3,070. Clean cut for abandoned properties. K&A Lawn Care, $8,030.
What claim? You gotta give me the claim number for the third one. What's the claim
I'm sorry, 6297, K&A Lawn Care Services,
and what's the amount?
$8,030. Same thing, vacant properties. Claim number 6298, Myers Landscaping and Lawn Service, $8,638.75. Clean and cut for abandoned properties. Claim number 6299, Melendez Lawn Care, $4,979. Same thing, clean and cut. Claim 6300, Prime Landscaping, $1,552. Clean and cut for abandoned properties. Claim number 6301, RBI Cut and Clean, $5,524, clean and cut for abandoned properties. Claim number 6302, Walker's Lawn Care, $20,855, cut and clean for properties.
$20,855.
Correct. Claim number 6303, Aramark Uniform Services, $139.28. Various cleaning supplies for the police department. Claim number 6304, company IAHCN, Indiana Association of Hostage Crisis Negotiators, seminar for Kellogg, Edium, and Leitz, $525. Claim number 6305, Directions Travel, $1,891.96.
$1,898.
$91.96. Hammond Police Department, travel arrangements for Doty, Long, Bogey, and Cardwell. Claim number 6306, Menards, $160.85. New canine supplies, various invoices. Claim number 6307, Hinkley Springs and Water Company, $445.21. November water usage.
$445.21.
Correct, Hammond Police Department. Claim number 6308, Indiana Association of Cities and Towns, $275, registration for Councilman Markovich for the boot camp. Claim number 6309, Delaney Printing, $347.71. Stationery for Councilman-elect Bill Emerson. Claim number 6310, Hinkley Springs, $29.32. Water for the council office. Claim number 6311, Precision Control Systems. For the council air conditioner, $1,410.19.
$1,410.13.
19 cents.
19 cents.
Claim number 6312, $550, Indiana Association of Cities and Towns,
500 and what?
$50. Registration for Councilwoman Janet Venez, Bill Emerson to attend boot camp. Claim number 6313, St. John the Baptist, Forever Blue and Gold, $135. Monetary donation from Councilman Kowinski. I so move.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilwoman Poland, that we amend the claims 6295 for $4,056. Claim 6296 for $3,070. Claim 6297 for $8,030. 6298 claim for $8,638.75. Claim 6299 for $4,979. Claim 6300 for $1,052. Claim 6301 for $5,524. Claim 6302 for $20,855. Claim number 6303 for $139.28. Claim 6304 for $525. Claim 6305 for $891.96. Claim 6306 for $160.85. Claim 6307 for $445.21. That's $445.21. Claim 6308 for $275. Claim 6309 for $347.71. Claim 6310 for $29.32. Claim 3211 for $1,410.19. Claim 6312 for $550. And claim 6313 for $125. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Roll call vote on the amendment.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes. 8 in favor, 9 in favor, 0 absent. Now claims as read. Claims as read. Roll call.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes. 9 in favor, 0 absent. Next is public hearing. There are none. Public hearing is now closed. Next is communications. Communications. Are there any communications? Any communications? Any communications? Communications is now closed. Next on the agenda is number 7, committee reports. Committee reports.
Mr. President,
Councilman Opinker.
I'd like to bring out ordinance 1149 and 1152 for third and final reading.
Mr. President.
There's no need for a second at this point. Councilwoman Poland,
I'd like to bring out ordinance 1154 for third and final reading.
1154.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman
Mr. President,
Hinojosa.
I'll just bring out the rest of them. I'd like to bring out 11-45, 11-50, 11-51, and 11-53.
11-53. So we're bringing out 49, 45, 52, 53, 50. That's it.
And 51.
And 51. All right.
54.
54.
54.
52, 53.
Came so out of order. You got them, a clerk?
Yes, I do, Mr. President Higgs.
All right. Any other committee reports? Any other committee reports? Committee reports is now closed. Next on the agenda is ordinances on third reading and final passage. Third reading and final passage.
Ordinance 11-45, sponsored by Councilman Higgs. An ordinance fixing the salaries for elected officials for the city of Hammond, Indiana, commencing January 1, 2012. Be it ordained by the Common Council of the city of Hammond, Indiana.
Mr. President,
Councilman Hinojosa.
I move for final passage of 11-45.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Hinojosa, second by Councilwoman Poland, that we read 11-45 on this third and final reading. Is there any discussion on 11-45? Any discussion on 11-45?
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Kowinski.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the salary percentage for the council from 6% to 5%.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Spitali, that we amend the salary for the council from 6% to 5%. Interesting. Any discussion? Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
I'd like to make a motion that all elected officials receive a base increase of $1,500. I so move.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Markovich and second by Councilman Salinas that all elected officials receive a increase of salary capped at $1,500. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
that's not correct. The motion was $1,500. That's not a cap. That's a motion for that amount of money.
A motion, correction. Councilman Markovich says that the motion is to say $1,500 across the board for all elected officials. You second that?
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Now, we are voting on the last one. That's the order that we're going in, okay? So everybody is on board and we don't get confused. All right? Any other discussion? That's the $1,500 cap, okay? Not cap.
Please, what's the first one we're going on, Mr. President?
First motion is for the $1,500, okay?
Thank you.
It's already been motioned in second. And is there any other discussion? Roll call vote on that.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
No.
Vines.
No.
Kalwinski.
No.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
No.
Opinker.
No.
Hinosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
No. 6 noes, 3 yeses. Motion fails. Now, the other motion was from 6% to 5%. Is there any discussion on that motion? Any discussion on that motion? Roll call vote on that motion.
Markovich.
No.
Spitali.
It was on the 5%?
Yes.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski,
No.
Salinas,
No.
Poland,
Yes.
Opinker,
No.
Hinosa,
Yes.
Higgs,
No. Motion fails. Now, the original ordinance as read. Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call vote on the motion.
Markovich,
No.
Spitali,
No.
Vines,
No.
Kalwinski,
No.
Salinas,
No.
Poland,
No.
Opinker,
No.
Hinosa,
No.
Higgs,
Yes. 8 noes, 1 yes. Motion fails.
Ordinance 11-49, sponsored by Councilman Opinker, and ordinance amending ordinances 9107, 8880, 8942, 8091, 9016, and 9072, extending the voluntary retirement program for 2011 for certain eligible employees of the city of Hammond.
Mr. President,
Councilman Opinker.
basically what ordinance 1149 is extending the buyout. No,
We haven't went into discussion, so we just need a motion on the floor first and then a second. I need a motion.
make the motion, third and final reading.
Second.
It's been motioned by, who made the motion? You made the motion? Opinker, second by Councilwoman Poland, that we move on third and final reading ordinance 11-52. Am I correct? Is that 52?
49.
49, 11-49. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Opinker.
basically what 1149 is doing, it's extending the buyout. Paperwork must be filed by the 29th of December, and employees must be off the books by the 31st of December.
Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
I would like to ask the sponsor if he's aware of anybody that's taken the buyout, if they're going to be coming back part-time or full-time or anything.
Mr. President, there's 2 people that I know that are aware of it. As far as coming back part-time or full-time or whatever time, no.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call vote on the motion.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines,
Yes.
Kalwinski,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Poland,
Yes.
Opinker,
Yes.
Hinosa,
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 absent.
Ordinance 11-50, sponsored by Councilman Kalwinski, and ordinance amending ordinance 8548, otherwise known as Section 30.07 of the Hammond Municipal Code as it pertains to public broadcast of council meetings.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
I move for final passage of 11-53.
Second.
Been motion by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Opinker, that we read on this third and final reading 11-53. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Poland.
that's 11-50.
11-50, I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
No, Bill Pinker was.
Opinker,
Yeah, it is 50.
11-50. Any other discussion as it relates to 11-50? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Here you go, Carmen. Roll call vote on 11-50.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 are absent.
Ordinance 11-51, sponsored by Councilman Higgs. An ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hammond concerning the final passage of an ordinance on the same day at the same meeting at which it is introduced.
Mr. President,
Councilman Hinojosa.
I move for final passage of 11-51.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Hinojosa, second by Councilwoman Poland, that we move 11-51 on this third and final reading. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion?
11:51.
Any discussion? Roll call vote on 11-51.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
No.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 8 in favor and 1 no.
Ordinance 11-52, sponsored by Councilman Opinker. An ordinance amending Title 11, Chapter 124 of the Hammond Municipal Code to create 18 and over sections of retail establishments in the city of Hammond.
Mr. President,
Councilman Opinker.
I move for third and final passage of 11-52.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Opinker, second by Councilman Spitali, that we move on this third and final reading, 11-52. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion on 11-52? Any discussion on 11-52? Roll call vote on 11-52.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor and 0 are absent.
Ordinance 11-53, sponsored by Councilman Kalwinski. An ordinance designating 140th Street from Holman Avenue to Toll Avenue and Toll Avenue to 140th Street as resident-only parking.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
move for final passage of 11-53.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Opinker, that we move 11-53 on this third and final reading. Is there any discussion on 11-53?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
this was a request made by people in the neighborhood requesting that their parking be returned to them because of abuses. Thank you.
Any other discussion on 11-53?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
I just wanted into the record that we've got a listing of people here. And all the names of people that signed this, not one person lives on the affected road, 140th Street between Holman and Toll.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
140th from Homan to Toll is an east-west street and has 4 buildings on it, 2 facing Homan, 2 facing Toll. 3 of the 4 are houses. Out of the 3, 1 is vacant, where activity seems to be occurring as an overflow from some business there, and one of the 2 other residences actually was concerned about signing a petition because of retribution. So I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call vote on 11-53.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 are absent.
Ordinance 11-54, sponsored by Councilwoman Poland. An ordinance designating and formally creating a four-way stop at 176th and Harrison.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Poland.
I move for final passage of ordinance 11-54.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilwoman Poland, second by Councilman Salinas, that we move 11-54 on its third and final reading. Is there any discussion? Any discussion on 11-54? Any discussion? Roll call vote on 11-54.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 absent.
President Higgs, that concludes the ordinances for final passage.
Thank you so much, Clerk Golick. Moving right along. Next is introduction of ordinance. There are none, so introduction of ordinances is now closed. Number 10 on the agenda is resolutions. Number A, 11R18.
Ordinance 11R18, sponsored by Councilman Higgs. Excuse me. A resolution to reappoint Gregory Myricks to the Hammond Redevelopment Commission.
Mr. President,
Councilman Hinojosa.
I move for final passage of 11R-18.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Hinojosa, second by Councilwoman Poland, that we move 11R18 on this third and, it's resolution on 11R18. Is there any discussion on 11R18?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
yes, I see Mr. Myricks in the audience. Would you mind coming up to the podium, please?
I asked for permission. Got to vote on it.
I guess I didn't ask that right, huh?
No, you didn't.
That's okay.
You need to probably approach the president and say,
Okay,
is it
Mr.
acceptable?
President, would you ask Mr. Myricks to come to the podium?
Mr. Chairman, make a motion for suspension of the rules.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Markovich and second by Councilman Hinojosa that we suspend the rules. Is there any discussion on the suspension of the rules? Any discussion on suspending the rules? Any discussion on suspending the rules? Roll call vote on the suspension of the rules.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes?
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 absent. Now, Mr. Gregory
Mr.
Maverick.
Chairman, make a motion to allow Mr. Myricks approach.
The podium.
Correct.
You may, it's been motioned by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilman Hinojosa, that we allow Mr. Mavericks to speak before the council. Is there any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes. Now you can speak. We went through all the preliminaries.
We're legal.
I just want,
Go ahead.
pardon? Did you have a question
No,
for me,
go right
please?
ahead.
I just want to say that it's been a privilege and a pleasure to serve on the commission. This past year, I really enjoy being on the commission. I think I'm an asset to the commission. And because I do have a background in real estate, I've understood also that it's been someone has, I see, what's the word I'm looking for?
Conversation, let's not
Well,
go around
no.
in circles. There was
No.
conversation as to whether or not you had missed some meetings, and we had that conversation, and I stated to them in the caucus that you only missed one meeting. That was the
Yes, I missed.
I'm normally there as much as I can be, but, sometimes my schedule doesn't permit. But, that's what was the discussion, dialogue or whatever. No one came and approached me with any suggestions. I guess they did it over the phone or something, but I don't know.
Well, actually, I missed one. I did two. I was extremely late, so by the time I walked in, it was almost over with. So technically, I did miss 3 meetings. But the reasons I missed all 3 of those meetings is, again, I am in real estate. agent. I am going to close 50 sites. I have a closing on Wednesday. I'm going to close 50 Wednesday. I'll probably close another 2 before the end of the year. So I'm going to close 52 sites this year, and sometimes it makes me late for a meeting. But my first and utmost responsibility is to my family. So again, I really would like to stay on the commission, and I will try in the future to be present and on time. And if so moved, I'll be on the commission again. But if not, God bless whoever takes my spot. Thank you.
You have questions for him, Ms. Benes?
Yes, I do. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I've seen you at some of the meetings
Yes, ma'am.
because I do attend fairly regularly. This is a critical board. There is probably in excess of $10 million of redevelopment projects that pass through this board. I've gone through, all of us received the minutes. I've been through all of the minutes. I've, as I said before, attended several of the meetings, and it's just a little bit bothersome to me. You're very qualified. I mean, you're a very nice man, met you before, and you're very qualified for the position. There were a couple of meetings that you missed. I have 3 times that you were absent. Going back to August, there was an amendment of the planning and engineering agreement for the Hammond Downtown redevelopment project that was missed. In October, there was approval of the redevelopment budget that you missed. Those are 2 critical votes that came before you. On 4 other occasions, you were late, showing up as late as number 8 on the agenda for the meeting. Now, as I said, there are a lot of projects that pass through this commission, and I understand that we all have other jobs, but with the amount of projects that pass through this commission, I think it's of the utmost importance that each of the commissioners attend all of the meetings. Do you receive compensation for this appointment?
Yes, I do.
And you were late for the meetings because of your other job?
Well, one time, the one in August, my dad passed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And a couple of times with a closing. Like I say, if I'm in a closing and it runs late, I can't just walk out the closing because I have another engagement either, because I have an obligation. I have a fiduciary to the other client as well. So, I'll just have to try. I have to try my best to be on time, if it's so deemed that I'm still on the commission next year.
I understand. I've stated my reasons. I think this is a critical commission. A lot of redevelopment projects pass through this, and I am just of the opinion that our commissioners should be dedicated and to show up at the meetings and be on time. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Can I get a motion to go back to the regular order?
Motion to go back to the regular business.
It's been motioned by Councilman Salinas, second by Councilman O'Pinker. You can have a seat. Then we go back to the regular order of business. Is there any discussion on going back to the regular order of business? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes. Regular order of business, back to the resolution 11R 19. 18, correction, 1118. Is there any discussion on 11R 18? Any discussion? Roll call vote on 11R 18.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
No.
Yawinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
O'Pinker.
Yes.
Hinosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes with 8 in favor and 1 no. Congratulations.
Item B, Resolution 11R19, sponsored by Councilman Salinas. A resolution adopting the notice provisions of the Americans with Disabilities Act in the city of Hammond.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Salinas.
I move for final passage of 11R19.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Salinas, second by Councilman Opinka, that we move 11R19 on Resolution 11R19. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? 11R19.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Salinas.
I would like Mrs. Cantar to come up if we can get her to say something about this little,
Ms. Cantar, would you please step to the podium? Is everyone in agreement with it? Okay.
Councilman Salinas, actually, there's an updated version in that white envelope there. It's only changing one sentence. It just specifically states we're becoming compliant with the 2010 ADA. In order to receive federal highway dollars, we have to be compliant with federal law. The last time that we updated and adopted an ADA policy was in 1995. Since then, they've updated and changed it. We are just accepting their changes. The city of Hammond doesn't discriminate against anybody. However, in order to be compliant with the federal letter of the law, we have to federally adopt their changes. We already do have something in place. This is just an update.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion, excuse me, as it relates to 11R19?
Mr. President,
Councilman Salinas.
I believe the change, if everybody can put 11R-19A, we need to substitute A.
Well, there needs to be a motion to amend in if you're amending that one and taking out the other one.
Mr. President.
There's a A. You got a copy of A, Clerk Golden?
No, I do not.
No.
You don't have a copy of. So there's no A?
No.
There is no A.
Well, there's a sheet here with no number on it, so we have to put, if there's a change on here, you have to put 11R-19.
I guess the question would be, is there any changes to this one versus the one you handed out when you got here?
No.
Okay, there's no changes.
Just the one sentence you were talking about, right?
What one sentence? So then you need to, if that's a change, so you need to amend in whatever you're amending in
I believe
language.
What Councilman Salinas wishes to do is the one that was in the white envelope that he received today. There is a disc in there for the clerk secretary.
Yeah.
It just says the language 2010 ADA, and it would be 11RA.
Mr. President.
Well, then the clerk needs a copy of that because he has to record it.
Mr. President.
So we need to first get a copy to the clerk.
Here you go,
Councilman
Carmen.
Nelson.
Sorry.
And we need a motion to amend in 11.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman,
I make a motion to amend in,
first we need to rescind. We need you to rescind your motion, and who seconded it? I need someone to rescind their second.
Second, I second it.
Okay, you rescind?
Yes.
Okay, Councilman is rescinding his motion. And he's gonna, what's gonna happen, clerk, he's gonna,
Why would you rescind before you amend?
Right. Mr. President.
well, who made the, Councilman Host, yes.
Yeah, the sheet that we got already, it doesn't have a number on there. So if everybody can label, including clerk, if they can label that 11-R-19A, I'd like to make a motion to make an amendment with a one-sentence change in there, to amend into 11R-19. I'd like to amend in 11R-19A.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Host, second by Councilman Spitali, that we amend in 11R-19A. Correct? All right, are we all there? Now we on A. Any discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Now, you were saying something in regards to this, Attorney Berger, about rescinding. Shouldn't they rescind their original motion?
No, the original motion would be amended by this amendment.
Okay.
If it was rescinded, then there'd be nothing to amend.
We would have to start all over. You're correct. All right. Any other discussion? Just wanted to be clear. Any other discussion? Roll call vote on 11R19.
Mr. President, A.
A.
And then we're voting on the amendment. We're voting on the amendment.
A. Well, you know, when you get something last minute, it's kind of, but we're there. A. We're at A. All right? We're voting on A. 11R19A. Amendment. We already amended it in, okay? It was just one piece of language, okay? Roll call.
Mr. President, just to make it clear that we're voting on the amendment for 11R19.
Right. That's what we said. Okay? Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor and 0 are absent. Where are we now at
11R19 as amended.
11R19 as amended? There's been motion and second. Is there any discussion on 11R19 amended? Roll call vote on the amendment.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski. Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 absent. Clerk, that last particular resolution, I'm gonna pull and wait for a minute, okay? I'll pull that. Okay,
President Higgs, this concludes the reading of the resolutions.
thank you so much, Clerk Golick. Last on the agenda is new and unfinished business.
Chairman.
Councilman, no, I pulled it, we'll wait. I'm gonna get some more information, it's no big deal. Resolution, anyway. We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that one. Councilman Kowinski, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman, motion to suspend the rules to reconsider 11-45.
Second.
Mm,
What is 11:45?
salaries. It's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski and second by Councilman Spitali that we reconsider 11-45. Is there any discussion? You're voting to reconsider. Now, we're voting to reconsider. So it's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Spitali, that we reconsider 11-45. Same, okay? And I think we need, come on, Higgs. We can, they got a meeting over here, but I'll say what I we, Attorney Virgil, I only have one question in regards to this. This motion to reconsider, it has to be 2/3, right?
I don't believe so, no.
No? Okay, all right. Roll call vote on the reconsider of 11-45. Let's go. Roll call.
Markovich.
Yes.
Yes. I'm anxious. Go ahead.
Spitali.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 absent.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
move for final passage of 11-45.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Spitali, that we move 11-45 on this third and final reading. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kowinski.
I'd like to amend the salary that would state that all elected officials would get a 5% increase.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Spitali, that we amend the ordinance to say 11-45, that all elected officials get a 5% increase. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
could someone please tell us what the dollar amount is for each one of those positions?
I didn't know we was gonna get into a look.
Does anybody have some
Work about
technological
something
instruments they
so
can do that on?
simple here. Mr. Controller, you have the podium. Please come forward, state your name and your position.
You want the clerk to read it? It's right on the ordinance.
Yeah, but I guess they want the controller to read it. I don't know. All right.
Oh, thank you. We can do the math, but we need a number.
Is everybody in agreement that our city controller gets an opportunity to speak to us this evening?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. You mind if I use my,
Calculator?
yes, sir.
All right.
Fantastic. Mr. President, council members, the ordinance as it was presented before you contains a 5% increase for the clerk, the judge, and the mayor. The only discrepancy is the common council, which is greater than 5%. A 5% increase for the common council that's being proposed would amount to $1,244.15, Mr. President. Excuse me, that's not correct. I'm looking at your proposed 6%. Be approximately $1,173.73, Mr. President.
And that 1% more would be how much?
Approximately
$63.
$248. 200 and, what's your current salary? Any of you guys know your current salary?
23.7.
It's about 23.7. For every 1% is $237.
Okay, you can be seated now. Thank you so much.
Wait, Mr. Chairman. What are the increases for the mayor, judge, and clerk?
5%.
Well, what's the dollar amount? I'm sorry.
I stated that, Mr.
I'm sorry,
Councilman
I missed it.
Markovich.
I missed it, Bobby.
It's
What
5%.
What-
Each elected official has requested a 5% increase. As you know, Councilman, elected officials have foregone raises for the last 3 years. All elected officials, the clerk, the judge, the council, and the mayor. This year, each of the elected officials, clerk, judge, and mayor, requested a 5% increase. The only discrepancy was the council that it requested more than a 5% increase.
What is the dollar amount for the mayor, judge, and clerk? Do you know?
No, sir.
Well, how much of an increase in dollars is that going to be for the mayor, judge, and clerk?
I don't know, sir.
And for the city council, it was what? $1,173?
11.73 and change.
Mr. Councilman Markovich, I apologize. I'm looking at your proposed 2012 salaries and not your current 2011 salaries, so I'm trying to back out the increase and then put back in the 5%.
The 5% is 11.75 to 11.77, like you said, for the council. That's the bump.
Thank you, Councilman.
That's the bump for 2012 at 5%. I didn't do the change, but it comes out to 1175, so I'm thinking your 1173 is maybe more exact.
I guess if you take 95% of each one of those totals, that'll give you what this year's total is, correct? That would give you what the base salary would be. So if you took 95% of the mayor, judge, and clerk, that'll give you what what their present salary is, and then the difference between the two would be the dollar amount and increase. Does that sound like it would work?
Sure.
Okay, so what would that be then? 95% of the mayor, judge, and clerk of each one of those then would be how much? I don't have, the one night I don't have my calculator, you know. I didn't think we'd be here this long tonight.
Wow, I think this ordinance has been around for a minute here, but whatever the desire is, I was prepared to not get a raise.
Call for the vote. President, call for the vote.
Second. Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
make a motion that all elected officials get across the board $1,500 raise.
The motion on the floor, is there a second? Is there a second? Is there a second? Motion dies for a lack of second. Now the motion is 5% for all elected officials. For all elected officials. Is there any discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Markovich.
No.
Spitali.
No.
Vines.
No.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes. 6 yeses, 3 noes, motion passed. Can I get a motion to go back to the regular order of business?
Mr. Chairman, you still have a motion to, as amended on 1145.
Oh, as amended, 1145. Is there any discussion on the amendment to 1145? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call vote on 1145.
Markovich.
No.
Spitali.
No.
Vines.
No.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
No.
Enosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 5 in favor and 4 noes. I can get a motion to go back to the regular order of business.
Motion to go back to regular business, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Hosa, that we go back to the regular order of business. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any nay? Motion passes. New and unfinished business, new and unfinished business.
Mr. President. I just wanted to let everyone know what a pleasure it's been to work with all of you. Tonight's my last meeting.
Don't
And,
make me cry.
It's been a great experience, to say the least, and I know we haven't always agreed with one another, but I was very blessed to get to do this, and I wish you all the best of luck in 2012.
And I would just like to say, it's certainly been a pleasure working. It's certainly been a pleasure working with you and getting some of the things that we have gotten done, like the overlays in your district is just across the street, 165th, so we've done a couple of overlays together. We worked very hard. If you look at the Oak Hill Cemetery, me and Kim took the forefront of that particular cemetery, and now it's cleaned up. So I applaud you for what you stood for in regards to that, and it doesn't matter what the political party is. What matters to me is what makes a difference in the city that I live in, and you have done some great things. And again, we haven't agreed on everything, but you will be missed, and I wish you guys speed and a happy and prosperous new year.
Thank you.
New and unfinished business.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Janet Vaness.
that's me. Thank you. I just wanted to thank everyone who came out to the toy giveaway sponsored by the Eastside Community Council this past Friday at Hammond High. We got contributions from Walmart, Lear Seating, CBK Performing Arts, just to name a few. Councilman Spitali and I were honored to participate in this event. There were about 400 people that showed up. About 300 of them were children, and each and every one of them left with a gift. So it made me very proud to participate in an event that perhaps may have made someone's holiday season. So thank you to everybody, Councilman Spitali and ESCC. It was just an outstanding event. And by the way, we did have residents from each and every district in the city. Sometimes people think, oh, well, it's at Hammond High, it's just going to be people from around Hammond High. We had families from each and every district in the city. So this reached far, and as I said, I hope we made someone's holiday season just a little bit better. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilman Spitali.
last year I attended this same event. There was probably about 150 kids, so this is how successful it's just gathered in just 1 year. So it was an honor to be there with his families and the young kids, and Janet and her Santa Claus, her husband.
Any other new and unfinished business?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vaness.
I'd like to take this opportunity to wish the city of Hammond a Merry Christmas. We won't see you before the new year, so I'd like to wish everyone a happy and very prosperous new year. Thank you.
She want to sign this public expression, I think. Any other new and unfinished business?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
due to the IAC conference, January 9th to the 11th, I'd like to make a motion to cancel the January 9th meeting.
Second. No?
It's been motioned by Councilman Markovich and second by Councilman Salinas.
No, I said that, I'm sorry.
We need a second then.
I know, that's what I just said. Resend it, right?
It's been motioned by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilwoman Poland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Councilman.
Point out the statute says reorganization must be done at the first meeting in January, so if you cancel it, it's your next meeting.
Well, it's been motioned and second. Is there any discussion on the cancellation of the meeting?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
this conference that they're having is what they call the IAC Boot Camp, and it's all for all newly elected officials and existing officials. Seeing how that we have 4 new councilmen on the board here on the city council, it's imperative that they should be attending. I know myself, Mr. Emerson, and Janet Vanez will be attending that conference. And it would behoove for the other 2 and all the other councilmen to attend that conference, which would be conflicting with the city council meeting of the January 9th. And like Mr. Golick said, if we don't have that meeting, the regular order of business will continue the following council meeting for organization of the city. But IAC Councilwoman Vanez and Council-elect Mr. Emerson and I, we attended the conference at the Radisson, and they were very emphatic that all newly elected officials should be attending that conference because of all the rules and regulations and so forth. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilman O'Pinker.
could we have City Attorney Chris Cantar approach the podium, please?
Sorry, Mr. President. The issue is we only have one meeting in October, November, and December, It makes it very difficult. We have a lot of business that needs to be attended to. The police department's accurate keeps getting turned off because they demand payment within 2 weeks, and when there's only a council meeting every 30 days, it's impossible to do it. So the police are unable to run background checks on businesses because the service keeps getting turned off. The following week after the 9th is the Martin Luther King holiday, and so it would get pushed back well into the middle of the month, which would be more than a month from today. And I would ask you just to please have the meeting on the 9th so we can at least get the financial business of the city accomplished for the first of the year. There's a lot of contractors who held over their prices for the first of the year. As you saw today with the cut and cleans, these are a lot of...
The problem is, I understand and sympathize with you, but the problem is that a number of my colleagues may not be here, and there may not be a quorum.
Well, if there's not a quorum, that's a separate matter, but if there is a quorum, then the business can at least go forward as to...
Well, what they're saying to you, in fact, is that they may not, they would like to attend the boot camp, so that's gonna be an issue.
Well, that would just be 3 of the 9. That would still leave 6. That would leave a quorum.
Well, I'm up in the air whether or not I will attend, so that's 4.
Okay.
And I don't know who else may be interested. You know, there's a possibility, it just depends on how my schedule works out.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman Vanessa.
If this is going to be that problematic, we met tonight at 5 o'clock. Why not 5 o'clock on January 9th?
Well, someone needs to make a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
I'm just discussing.
that she brings up a good point. My suggestion would be if they're so concerned about the business, then we have our city council meeting on January 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning then.
No, I won't be here. I have a job and I have responsibilities, and I will not be here. So that ain't gonna happen. So.
Come on, second.
It's been motion by who?
I make that motion for 9 o'clock, January 9th.
9 o'clock in the morning, Bob.
Yes, sir. We already have a motion to cancel it, so we need to either rescind or vote on it.
Right. You need to rescind the motion to cancel the meeting if you're gonna go with a 9 o'clock meeting. So who made the motion? Can you please rescind your motion and your second?
I rescind it.
I rescind my second.
Now the motion is to have a 9 o'clock meeting on January 9th.
Was it second?
Yes.
It's been motioned by Councilman.
Mr. Chairman,
Why y'all? Yeah, oh my God.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
you know, it's very unlikely that you want to be traveling at 10, 11 o'clock at night from here to Indianapolis at night. You know, the conference starts that day, and then it really gets into full swing the following day on Tuesday. So that's why, I mean, if...
Well, why don't you make the meeting at 8 o'clock then?
in the morning?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just for discussion right now. I mean, we either cancel it, we do it in the morning, but, you know, if it's already been stated that if we don't have a meeting that night, then the contractors and the bills and everything else, it's no big deal. Now, all of a sudden, it's a big deal, but the attorney says, well, if we don't have enough to have a meeting, then it's no big deal. So either we cancel the meeting, or if you want to have one, that's fine. I mean, but, you know, it's got to be early in the morning.
Second on the
8 o'clock. I need a motion.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion that the January 9th meeting be changed to 8 o'clock in the morning. I so move.
second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Markovich, second by Councilman Hinojosa, that the January 9th meeting be scheduled for 8 a.m. on January 9th, my dad's birthday. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Markovich.
that's the previous discussion. I mean, you know, you can't be traveling at night. You don't want to be traveling at night on I-65 and so forth, so the other
Got
alternative.
that, Bob.
No,
We
okay,
understand all that. Okay, now we're ready to vote on this. Either we gonna vote on this or we not. Okay. Any other discussion?
What time?
We're voting at the...
8 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, roll call vote on changing the meeting to 8 a.m. on January 9th here in the lovely council chambers. All right, roll call.
Markovich.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski. Salinas.
Yes.
Poland.
Yes.
Opinker.
Yes.
Hinosa.
Yes.
Higgs.
Yes, motion passes, 9 in favor, 0 absent.
Who says we can't work together?
8 a.m. on January 9th, 2012.
We meet at 7 o'clock, coffee?
That means drink you some coffee and be here at 4 to 8. All right. Now, we are back to, okay, we're going back to the regular order of business. I need a motion to go back to the regular order of business.
Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Kowinski, second by Councilman Spitali, that we go back to the regular order of business. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passed. New and unfinished business. New and unfinished business. New and unfinished business is now closed. Public expression, Kathy Hall.
Kathy Hall, I just want to tell everybody on the council, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And also, Councilman Higgs, thanks for your donations for the toy giveaway on Friday.
Thank you. I'll be out on Tuesday looking at houses for the giveaway for the best decorated house. All right. Anyone else on this list? No. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
It's been motioned by Councilman Hinojosa, second by Councilman Salinas, that we adjourn from this meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any nays? Motion passes. Thank you all for coming, and Merry Christmas to you all.